Now, the story of Jeffrey Epstein and the Lolita Express he ran seems to refuse to die, and that's very much a good thing. Now, there has been a new advancement in that story. Now, we saw previously that a news anchor already knew that, you remember, the woman who talked about it was caught on a hot mic that she knew about it. ABC News knew about Epstein for years, and they absolutely refused to put the story out. And that was going to be a bombastic thing that would have really helped her career and possibly saved the lives of innocent women and girls who were being sex trafficked. But I digress. Now, apparently, in a letter to ABC News President James Goldstein, a congressman by the name of McCarthy, not that McCarthy, you know the McCarthy I'm talking about, demanded the names of those involved in the decision not to run the story, as well as their motives. So this very clear plot to cover up the crimes of Jeffrey Epstein is now essentially a demand for an explanation is coming from Congress. And this could snowball into something bigger in trying to get some explanation as to why that was buried. I think we already know the answer to that one, but it's something that Congress has to ask nonetheless. I would bet my bottom dollar, this is my opinion, there are no known facts in this particular situation, that a lot of the people who run ABC or people who own voting shares in ABC were probably very heavily connected to Epstein himself. Now, of course, after this whole situation broke out, the network rushed to defend itself from this revelation that they covered up the Epstein abuse scandal. They said they couldn't corroborate details, except for the fact that what was talked about in the video, there was more than enough to corroborate everything. Like the victim, other people coming forward, which would be corroboration, which ABC claims in the statement that they didn't have, which shows that, frankly, they were lying. Well, as we recall, that video was released by the right-wing think tank Project Veritas. Now, the person who leaked that statement no longer worked at ABC and worked for another broadcaster. Even when they leaked it and worked for the competition still fired him. Now, this was also brought forth by another whistleblower. The identity of the person who has leaked it has not been made available to the public, although I think they really should, because it's not like the higher elites don't already know who he is. And they're the ones that present the most threat to him. So even if you expose the competition for lying, you still get punished yourself, because there's a common interest in trying to protect each individual station from criticism, and anybody who demonstrates that they are a threat to that must be punished no matter what, because this is a common interest every private broadcaster has. Now, it's great that Congress is going to maybe start looking into the Epstein case, well, more specifically, why it was covered up, but I think it's pretty obvious why this was covered up, why the broadcaster didn't want to run the story, because Epstein, well, he was pretty powerful. He had a lot of connections and probably had a ton of dirt on people that they probably got muddying their hands on his very own plane, if you know what I mean. So this is very interesting. I want to see where this goes. I want to see if this turns into something that would legitimately start questioning a lot of the people around Epstein, but frankly, I wouldn't hold my breath over it. Thank you for watching. If you like this program, then please head over to my Patreon page and set up a monthly donation. It's your donations that keep this program running. Also, if you would like, please rate, comment, subscribe, and share in various social media.